Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It is time for the NXT Event Center from events from the NXT Wrestling Show on the CW Network, plus matches from NXT Level Up. And now, here's the host of the show, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977, episode 1809. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this is going to be a very unique week because I have decided, because of the memorial service that I have for the matriarch, if you watch a few videos, a few episodes ago, I did this tribute to her, the matriarch. Her and her husband founded the church that me and my dad are currently attending back in 1984. And as you know, she, after a year battle with cancer, she passed away October 30th, a few weeks ago. And we're holding a memorial service for her this Saturday. And as a result, I am working till 11 o'clock from today until Friday. And it will be just for this week, having Saturday off. That way, I didn't make that deal with my boss, so I can work the allotted time, the allotted hours I have, like I will normally work in a normal week, Monday through Friday, 4 hours a day, Monday through Friday, for 6 days, and I figured I'd get those hours covered up and not have to worry about losing a day's worth of pay. So I figured I'd do it that way. So that's why I'm doing my videos a little bit later than usual, and because because all this week on the J-Man's Legit channel is the Chilling Majority Fan Appreciation week, and everybody, I had the honor of attending that too. So yeah, lots going on. So a lot of things will be happening and changing as we go along here. Kind of looking forward to what's happening. November's always, sometimes November has always been a great time, and I have forgotten that it was 19 years ago that my Aunt Linda passed away. So I do miss her, and so that's the way. And it doesn't get any easier. So yeah, there's been a lot of people who so yeah. So this coming Saturday's the memorial service, and since I have this Saturday off, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to wake up early and do my Card Sharks video, because now I get to stay up late Friday night, and what I'm going to do is I'll do my 2 videos of SmackDown and AW Rampage after the, after both shows are over, and then go take a shower, get some sleep. I'm going to get up early in the morning, so I can get the Card Sharks video at least over and done with. So, that's what I'm probably going to do. That's probably what I was thinking about sleeping in, but then we have to be there by 9 o'clock to greet the family and all that Saturday. But, however, I'm going to try to wake up a little earlier, get the Card Sharks video done, and then once that happens, once I get that all set up and everything else, then we'll go from there. So that's my plan, and I'm hoping to. Was on the Chilling Majority today, and I think Sloppy Seconds made jokes about my hair being part of the I feel like being part of the tracksuit mafia. I forget what made more. I think it's Sloppy Seconds. I forget. I'm not mad, and I can, I do admit I kind of look like a member of an old Italian mafia with his hair like this, and I'm planning on getting it. I need to get it cut this weekend anyway, so I can look, because if you go, because at the memorial service, there's going to be a lot of dignitaries going to be there, because, this woman who, like I said, founded our church, she's also an apostle, a minister, and she, along with her husband, has traveled all over the country, all over the world. A lot of people knew her, so that's, I think it's very, very important for me to look presentable. I figured, and, I had to admit, even though they were roasting me about my hairstyle, I was like, they're right. I'm afraid they're right. I'm gonna have to get it. So Sloppy Seconds, don't. Hey, I'm not calling anybody out. Just to let you know, you guys are right. And I look at my hair, I'm like, oh my gosh, I look like old member of the Italian Mafia. I gotta get it cut. So that's my plan also for this week, is getting this haircut. I don't know when I'm gonna get it cut. I need to get it cut sometime this week. Hopefully by Saturday. I'll probably get it done Friday. I'll probably get it done Friday after work or something like that, and I'll probably be late for showing with Jory for that. I'll see how everything plays out, fans out, and everything else between. And tomorrow we'll be halfway through the week anyway. So yeah, it's going to be a lot to do, a lot of ground to cover and whatnot. Just to let you guys, just to update you guys what's going on, and we'll go from there. You know. So let's talk about NXT, the fallout from Philly. I fallout from NXT 2300, as I like to call it. It started off with a women's tag team matchup. A lot of women have been featured in NXT as of late, which is really, really great. And as you know, the road to deadline begins with the Iron Survivor qualifiers. There's 3 of them, 2 for the men, 1 for the ladies. Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson were addressing Julia and Stephanie Vaquer, and they had their tag team matchup. The Meta Girls, that's Lash Legend, Jakara Jackson against Julia and Stephanie Vaquer, and and Julia, I should say, Julia and Stephanie Vaquer ended up winning that matchup. Blake Howard from NXT Level Up, I'll get to more on that, interviewed Julia and Vaquer after the match, saying, you guys going to be part of our Survivor qualifying matches. What happens if you guys make it there? So we'll see you there. So, but speaking of NXT Level Up, let's get to that. From this past Friday, the 8th, Danny Palmer went one-on-one with Kylie Armstrong, with Palmer picking up the victory. And Sarah Schreiber interviewed Cutler James, Shiloh Hill, and Dion Lennox about Gallus. Gallus responds to that as they were headed to the ring. They had a 6-man tag. Jones, Hill, and Lennox took on Gallus as the Coffee Brothers, Joe and Mark, and Wolfgang. And ladies and gentlemen, a huge upset. Cutler James, I should say Cutler James, not Jones. Cutler James, Shiloh Hill, and Dion Lennox did pick up the victory over Gallus in an upset victory. Going back to tonight's NXT, since it's been over. The first ever women's Iron Survivor qualifier, Sol Ruka went one-on-one with former NXT Women's Tag Champ Cora Jade. And I thought Cora Jade was going to win this one, but Sol Ruka ended up defeating Cora Jade. Meanwhile, Javon Evans was talking to Cedric Alexander about their Iron Survivor matches. Cedric Alexander, takes on Wes Lee, as Javon Evans took on Lexis King. And so as they were walking by, you see Carmen Petrovic talking to Dion Lennox about, what's your favorite color and all that. And Brindley and Reese interrupts them and says, what are you guys doing? What are you guys talking about? And then Ashante the Adonis interrupts the 3 of them. And Dion Lennox suggests a tag team match where you guys can know each other. And, Brindley and Reese said, that's a good idea. And speaking of tag teams, Abel was addressing the tag teams division in NXT. Josh Briggs was hanging out there, but then he's trying to leave. And he said, Abel said, show me what you got. Do you guys feel that you can be the number 1 contenders for the NXT tag team titles held by Fraxium? That will be Nathan Frazier and Axiom on those 2 gents. Then you had the first ever men's Iron Survivor qualifier. Cedric Alexander went one-on-one with Wes Lee. Wes Lee did pick up the victory in that matchup. Tony D'Angelo and his bodyguard was there, at his restaurant eating, and then Brooks Jensen and Sean Spears walks in, and they were talking about a matchup, and then Sean Spears decided to have Brooks Jensen challenge him, and then Tony D'Angelo goes, fine. And then he tells Brooks, then Sean Spears tells Brooks Jensen they walk out of the restaurant. That's how it's supposed to be done. And then right, Nico. So Nico Vance has aligned himself with Sean Spears. So if they put Nico Vance and Brooks Jensen as a tag team, that's going to be a very mean team to deal with. Byron Saxton interviews Kaylani Jordan, who basically says she's determined to get that women's North American title back in the main event, but JC Jane, Jasmine Nix interrupts Jordan, saying that we'll make sure that won't happen. Trick Williams addresses the NXT universe about Ridge Holland. Andre Chase unexpectedly interrupts Williams and says, listen, I got a beef with Ridge Holland. And then Ridge Holland interrupts both men, and then all of a sudden, Andre Chase goes, hey, I'll challenge you in the match. I'll put the university on the line again. And then Ridge Holland goes, I don't care. And then Kirk Williams goes, I got an idea. We'll talk to Aver about this. How about this? We'll have a match, number one contenders match. Whoever wins faces me for the title. But then Ridge Holland goes, I'll take that. Also, I'll take that stipulation. If you lose, no more Chase U. And he goes, fine. Then both men decide to attack Ridge Holland with the Chase U stomp. So there's that. Jada Parker addresses Sol Ruka and the Iron Survivor Challenge, aiming that she's aiming to enter it and win it as well. So we'll see who Jada Parker has to face. Will have to face. Meanwhile, in Ava's office, for Pro Wrestling, Pro Wrestling Noah Yoshikiya Uemura and Josh Briggs were talking to Ava. It looks like Publix with him now in the WWE. It'll be very interesting to see how he develops. Eddie Thorpe interrupts Ava, and she was getting sick and tired of being pushed off to the side. And then Ava goes, well, you're going to have an Iron Survivor qualifying match. But Eddie Thorpe goes, see, that's what's up. Thanks. Thank you. That's all I asked for. Adriana Rizzo took on Nikita Lyons in a matchup where Adriana Rizzo wants payback on what Lyons did to her 3 weeks ago. And Nikita Lyons ended up picking up the victory, but after the matchup, Adriana Rizzo grabbed a crowbar and hit Nikita Lyons in the back with it. So there's that. Duke Hudson, Riley Osborne, and Thea Hale were questioning Andre Chase, and then we're getting a little upset. He said, and then Andre says, sometimes high risk, high reward, right? So they walk away. On the level, and Zarya addresses the Iron Survivor Challenge, says she did that match up her alley, and if she ends up going and winning it, that's the way it is. Going and winning it, she'll show it. Going up and winning a qualifying matchup, she'll show everyone why she is who she says she is. Then the second Men's Iron Survivor Challenge qualifier, Javon Evans versus Lexis King. Evans ends up winning the matchup. Fraxium, we're talking about the tag team title division on NXT, but Nathan Frazier says, hey, I decided to get a qualifier matchup for Iron Survivor, and Axiom was upset about it and everything else in between. And OTM and the family interrupt them and say, hey, we're going to prove we're the best team ever. And they were arguing. Referees trying to separate both teams. In the men's locker room, Dion Lennox was talking to Adonis again. He said, that's why you're my boy. And Dion Lennox was trying to help Adonis out about girls and all that. He said, we'll talk about it. And then Lexis King kicked something and was very upset about losing Iron Survivor qualifier to Javon Evans. Dante Chen and Hank Walker take legend. Hey, listen, we're proud of you. Listen, you keep doing your thing. Keep your head up. There's other opportunities. Don't worry about it. And he said, appreciate that, guys. Thanks. And Gals comes in and runs their mouth. Hank and Tag were arguing. And Chen and King were trying to hold them back. Hey, come on now. Knock it off. And then the main event. The Women's North American title. Fallon Henley and Keilani Jordan for the North American title on the line in a rematch from Halloween Havoc. Tyson DuPont and Tyreek Igwe were brawling with the No Quarter Catch crews, Tavion Heights and Miles Bourne in the back during the matchup. JC Jane got involved twice during the matchup and ended up helping Fallon Henley retain her title. Meanwhile, OTM interrupts Victor over Booker T. Then the family, then Gallus, then Hank and Tank all brawl after the matchup. I see some kind of a tag team turmoil matchup or a tag team six-pack challenge to determine Fraction's next challengers for Deadline. So we'll see what happens in between. Who knows for sure. That's all the time we have on the show. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. Tomorrow, Joker's Wild Wednesday. We pull on that one iron band. And remember, I'm getting out at 11 tomorrow. Hopefully I'm going to try to get home, get going, and like I said, bring you all the videos and entertainment. And I hope you guys will understand what's going on this week. And I will do this with a smile on my face. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for tuning in. And I will see you on the next episode. Episode 1809 of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977 is complete. NXT LVL UP Event Center. And let the road to Survivor Series and Deadline begin. Thank you for tuning in. Until next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home, my friends. That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, door for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.